Yo, what's going on? It's Casual Expert Sports. I'm the Casual Expert, but you can call me Manny, and today we are back, week 4 NFL picks. So last week, y'all see all this green right here? Last week, I went off, alright? So, prior to this week, or prior to last week, my record was 14-18, and then I had my picks for all 16 games, and look at my record now, boys. We're above 500. We're 25-23. So, I got 5 wrong last week, which is pretty good. That's my best week by far. So we're going to go over it. We're going to talk about it real quick before we get into the picks for this week. So first things first, Panthers, Texans. That was a gimme, honestly. So that's an easy one for me. Chiefs, Chargers. I talked about it in my last video. I felt like the Chargers could win this game, especially because the Chiefs defense was struggling, but the Chargers offense was struggling a lot more. So I thought, the Chiefs would get out of this one in a close one. It was a close game, but the Chargers won it. So I got that one wrong. And then the next 4 that you see right here, those were all pretty obvious. So I got those correct. Saints, Patriots, I got that one wrong. The Saints defense clamped up Mac Jones, and I didn't really see that one coming. So the Saints got a W. And then the Falcons won on a last-second field goal. So I got that one wrong as well. The Giants are just looking no good. So my prediction at the beginning of the year, why I said the Giants were going to win the division, it's definitely down the drain now. My biggest pick was the Bengals beating the Steelers. And they did that. They did just that. I thought it was going to be close, but the Bengals dubbed them by 14, I believe. Steelers have no offense. It wasn't going for them. So I feel proud about that one, getting that one right, to be honest. Ravens, Lions, it was pretty close score-wise, but if you really watch the game, it wasn't that close. Just a couple of mistakes by the Ravens. Jets, Broncos, that's another easy one. Raiders, Dolphins, I thought it was going to be a lot easier, but the Raiders got through it in OT. Rams, Bucks, I went with Tom Brady, but it looks like the Bucks are not to be, the Rams, my fault. The Rams are not to be fucked with. Seahawks, Vikings, I picked the tie just for the fun of it, but to be honest, I would have picked the Seahawks, so I would have been wrong anyways because the Vikings came to play. Packers, 49ers, it was looking a little, you know what I'm saying? But 37 seconds on the clock, and Aaron Rodgers gets a W. And then Eagles, Cowboys, I thought that was pretty obvious. It was a blowout. So now we got week 4. Like you guys know, I have notes sometimes. I have some things written down just so that way I know what I want to say. But for a lot of these games, it's blank. Like, I don't know who's going to win. I have zero idea. But for this first game, I feel like it's very obvious. The Jaguars are going to lose, and the Bengals are going to win. As long as Burrow just keeps it up how he's been playing. Their offense is pretty good, and the Jaguars really have nothing going for them. So I feel like this is a very easy win for the Bengals. Another 24-10 victory for them. And then next we got another easy game, Titans versus the Jets. That's another easy one because the Titans are going to beat the Jets. The Jets, like the Jaguars, they have nothing going for them. So it's hard to ever give them a win. They might not get a single win this year. You got to kind of feel bad for Zach Wilson. He's really struggling out there. And is it his fault entirely? I don't know. It could be a combination of him, the coaches, the squad that he has. But the Titans are going to blow them out 28-6. Next game. All right, guys. Lions versus Bears. The Bears got embarrassed last week. And I made this little bet with myself, I guess. I'm picking the Bears because the Bears not 100%, but in my eyes, the Bears should win this game. We are a better team personnel-wise than the Lions, all right? Coach-wise, I have no clue. As of Tuesday right now, when I'm recording and uploading this video, we don't know who's going to start. We have 3 quarterbacks that can potentially start according to Matt Nagy, but I feel like the Bears should win this game, and if the Bears do not win this game, I will not pick them for the rest of the season. I will give them L's for the rest of the season. But I feel like we definitely should win this game. You Lions fans might have a little bit of courage or whatever because last week you guys were close with the Ravens, but the Ravens are injured. You guys should have been blown out. They were just a couple dropped touchdowns. So realistically, like the Lions, they weren't really in that game. But I think the Bears should win this game. I'm going to give them 20, and I'm going to give the Lions 17. Next game, all right, this is the first tough one, I'd say. Colts Dolphins. Brissett looked pretty good. They did. But I don't know. I feel like the Colts can bounce back against the Dolphins. And I honestly want to give the Colts a W. It's kind of crazy to say, like, they're 0-3. It's kind of crazy to say. But I kind of want to give them a W, but because they're 0-3, I just cannot take the risk. So I'm going to give the Colts another L. I am sorry. But this is definitely a game where I can see the Colts winning. But Jacoby Brissett, he's going to get his revenge on his old team. And they're at home. So inevitably, that's going to give them the victory. 23 to 20. We'll give them a little 3-point victory. This is another game. Browns-Vikings. Honestly, I'm kind of sold on Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. They're kind of rolling. Kirk Cousins is having he's a top 5 quarterback right now. He's having a really good season. So I didn't see much from the Browns when they played the Bears. I mean, you guys could be like 9 sacks. How did you not see much? They're playing the Bears. They had a shitty ass O-line. I know the Vikings have been giving up a decent amount of sacks, especially week 1, because that's like the only Vikings game I actually watched. But I think the Vikings are going to keep rolling. They're at home, so I can see them beating the Browns in a pretty good game. I'm going to give it a 28-27 victory for the Vikings. If the Vikings can win this game, I would really consider them as a team. I'm not going to lie. I would really consider them as a team. This is another tough one. This is a battle of two pretty butt juice teams. The Washington football team and Taylor Heineke versus the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons just got their first W. They didn't put up much against the Giants. So for that reason, man, I'm going to give the Washington football team the dub. Heineke's pretty inconsistent. The turnovers and all. But I think Scary Terry's going to go off. And the Falcons, all they have is Calvin Ridley. Kyle Pitts has been doing okay. But when the Falcons only beat the Giants by 3 points, I'm gonna have to give it to the Washington football team. Even though their defense isn't as good as what everybody thinks or said it was gonna be, I'm just feeling Washington. All right, they're gonna bounce back. I'm feeling Washington. 24-17. Matter of fact, 23. Texans Bills. This is a very easy one. I don't really need to talk about it. I believe Tyrod Taylor is still out, but it doesn't matter. The Bills they're rolling. They're dropping points on everybody's heads now, and this is what we expected. This is Super Bowl contender Bills, right? Josh Allen. He's got so many weapons. So it makes it really easy for the Bills offense. And the Texans, like I said, they don't have much. I believe Davis Mills is still starting. He wasn't bad, against the Panthers, but Texans, they just don't got it anymore. So they're going to lose this game 30-13. Saints Giants. I was high on the Giants, man, at the beginning of the season. I said they had weapons. They had, I thought Daniel Jones was going to come out and actually do something, but they have yet to get a win. And the Saints defense proves to be a really good team. They got a good secondary. They got a good front seven. They're pretty well put together. So I'm gonna give the Saints the W. Jameis is gonna do his little Jameis things. Jameis is a big time hit or miss, like my homie said. He's a big hit or miss. You might get 3 touchdowns out of him, or you might get 3 interceptions out of him. But I think the Saints are gonna beat the Giants. I don't think many people are disagreeing with me on this one. Like I said, the Giants are 0-3. It's kind of embarrassing for the state of New York when both your football teams are combined 0-6. So I'm going to give the Saints this victory 26-20. Next game, we got Chiefs-Eagles. All right, bro, the Chiefs, a lot of people are saying Chiefs fell off, Chiefs suck, this and that. Yeah, their defense sucks. They let up points and things of that nature. Their receivers are kind of throwing, but they got Josh Gordon now. Is that his name? I don't know, the dude that be smoking on the cannabis. I believe it's Josh Gordon. All right, they got him now. You might be like, why the fuck y'all getting receivers when you guys already have hella receivers? You go get a corner, Same thing with, all these other teams, like the Buccaneers. Go get Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman's out there. There's teams that need corners. The Bears, they need corners. But No one's getting corners, including the Chiefs, but the Chiefs are still going to beat the Eagles. The Eagles were pretty unimpressive against the Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football. So this is very easy. I think Chiefs are going to bounce back against a mediocre team, and that's good for the Chiefs. That's good. That's good little ego boost, especially after dropping 2 weeks in a row. Okay, they're not scoring 329 points. So they're going to score 29, and the Eagles are going to score about 23. Panthers Cowboys. This is a tough one, but I'm gonna have to give it to the Cowboys, bro. They're actually doing. They have a good offense. Their defense is. It's iffy. It's iffy. Like week 1, you kind of saw glimpses of how they could be good and how they have a better defense than they did last year, but it's still not completely there. They still give up points and things of that nature. The Panthers are 3-0, but they are playing a real team this week. The Cowboys are a real team, you know. So I think they're going to get their first loss of the season, which I believe is the first undefeated team here so far that I have getting an L, unless I'm missing something. I don't think, there's no more undefeated teams above what I've picked so far. So the Panthers, first team to get their first loss to the Cowboys. The Cowgirls are at home. Nothing much else. They got not Dak Prescott. They got Zeke going week 3. They got him going. So you love to see it. Hopefully they keep that shit up. And I'm going to give the Cowboys a 27-23 victory. Another tough one, man. Seahawks 49ers. This is a division matchup. Seahawks came back, last week they got a loss. 49ers last week they got a loss as well. So who am I going to give it to here? This is one where I have no notes. So I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do with it. I'm really tempted to give it to the Seahawks. Just because it's Russell Wilson. I have more faith in Russell Wilson than I have Jimmy Garoppolo. So for that reason, I'm going to give it to him. You guys might be hating on me, this and that. But I never thought the 49ers were going to be good this season. So I'm going to stick with it. It's going to be a thriller. 28-27. Hopefully it's a thriller. Another division rivalry matchup game, whatever. Undefeated Cardinals, undefeated Rams. Who is going to come out on top? The Rams. 100% the Rams. The Cardinals, they should have lost to the Vikings. Realistically, Brad, they just missed that field goal. And they were kind of blowing it against the Jaguars in the first half in week 3. And the Rams just seem to be rolling. They're at home. So I'm going to give the Rams this easy victory. And I say easy because they're going to win by 6. Cooper Kupp is that man. And so is Matthew Stafford. Steelers Packers, another easy one. The Steelers cannot play football anymore. And the Packers can. That's just the tale of both stories, bro. 30-20. Buccaneers Patriots. This is going to be quite the narrative, quite the story. We got Tom Brady going back to Gillette Stadium and the Patriots at New England, and he's going to absolutely kick the shit out of them. I'm sorry, Patriots, but you guys let go of Tom Brady, and you won't be able to replace him ever again because he is literally the GOAT. 30. I love giving 30 scores, it seems like. 31. Suck my balls to 17. Patriots are not there yet. They're not there yet, and Tom Brady's going to hand them an ass whooping. Raiders Chargers. This should be a banger. I'm really scared to get this one wrong because I do like both teams. In the sense of I like what they've done this season so far. Chargers got that big dub over the Chiefs last week. And the Raiders got the big dub over the Dolphins. This is a very, very hard one. I don't have a single clue. I want to give it to the Chargers because I don't really like the Raiders. But you can't undermine Derek Carr. They're playing very well. But I think I'm going to give it to the Raiders. They're going to stay undefeated. Because, like I said, last week the Chargers make mistakes. They did make mistakes against the Chiefs. The Chiefs just didn't make them pay for it. But I believe that if they keep making those same mistakes, they're going to lose these close ones. Including this one. 28-27. It hurts me to vote against the Chargers, but I just believe the Raiders are gonna win. This is a hard week. Some of them are pretty obvious. A lot of these are very close. Hopefully, I get like a repeat of last week. 11-5 was baller. I think I did fairly well. I'm pretty confident in, I'd say, majority of these. But like I said, the Bears, if the Bears lose, I'm not picking the Bears ever again. And that's not saying much because the Bears play a lot of tough opponents, and realistically, I think they could only get like 2 more wins after this game this week. I think they could only get like 2 more wins for the rest of the season because of that hard ass schedule. But besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll check out week 4. I'm really excited for that. And I'll see y'all motherfuckers in the next one.